What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Jay Lasky, and on my channel I talk about photography, Photoshop, Lightroom, and even a little bit of video and video editing. In this video, I wanted to talk about photographing live events and give you some tips to help you if you're just starting out shooting live events. So let's get into it. So recently, this past week, I had the opportunity to photograph our church's VBS, which was a week long, and my job was to take pictures of the entire event and create a slideshow at the end of the event. So I had some tips I thought I could share about photographing live events and things that might help you if you're just starting out photographing live events. So my tip number one is to always be ready. With live events, whether it's a music venue that you're at and you're photographing a concert or a band, or whether it's a VBS in this case, or a birthday party, could be any event that's happening and you're there to capture the moment. You want to be sure that you're always ready, because there's always unexpected things that happen at live events and you want to be ready to capture those moments. The second tip I have is to always look for people who are showing emotion. That's going to help convey the spirit of the event that you're at, whether it's a concert and somebody's got their hands raised up, or it's a kid smiling, or somebody opening a birthday present. Whatever it might be, look for people showing emotion. That's going to help your images just be that much better by conveying the spirit of the event that you're at. The next tip I have is to anticipate when moments might occur. Now think about maybe if you're photographing a wedding, although this is not a wedding, certain events are happening at certain points in time. Well, while you're shooting other live events, there might be things that are going to happen, you're just not sure when. So you want to anticipate those moments and be able to freeze action. If say somebody's running and you wanted to capture them running, just be ready to anticipate events as they happen or just before they happen so that you're ready when they do happen. The next tip I have is to use different focal lengths to help tell the story of your event. So you want to go with some wide shots, you want to go with some tight shots, you want to just show different ways of looking at the event, ways that people might not think to look at it. And it doesn't have to be anything super crazy and different, but there's certain angles you can use and ways of taking pictures of an event that people might not normally think to look at, a particular angle or something. So use wide angles, use tight angles, zoom in, zoom out, just try to capture different focal lengths and different angles that help convey the event itself. Can help give people a unique and different perspective on the event, because you really want to be able to tell the story of the event the best that you can. The next tip I have is don't be afraid to interact with people at the event that you're at. You're kind of there to document or capture the event as it's happening. And sometimes, I do this a lot. I try to just be like a fly on the wall and capture things as I see them. But don't be afraid to interact with people at the event. Maybe you want to have somebody stop what they're doing because it would make a great photo, as long as it's not something that's interrupting what's going on at the event. Don't be afraid to ask people questions and try and get a response out of them. At the VBS event I was just photographing this past week, the kids love to make silly faces and be goofy in front of the camera. So don't be afraid to ask people to stop what they're doing, to make a face, to pose, to get together with a couple other people so that you can capture a good image. So my next tip is this, and it's difficult depending on a lot of different circumstances, but try not to use your flash. So using a flash on your camera can be distracting, especially if you're photographing a music concert. You don't want to use your flash there. You don't want to be distracting to the musicians. If you're photographing, for example, a birthday party and you're inside and somebody keeps seeing a flash popping off every couple seconds or whatever it is, that could be distracting. So if possible, try not to use your flash. Now granted, depending on your equipment and the lighting situation that you're in, that might not be possible. But if it is possible to get away without using your flash, you want to raise up your ISOs a little bit and try not to use your flash during the event so that you don't create any distractions for the people who are attending the event. Another tip that I have is to try and find unique ways of viewing the situation that you're in. Whether it's a birthday party, a large event, it doesn't matter. You can try and think of ways that give people a unique perspective of the event that you're at. For example, you might want to get down really low to the ground and take a picture looking up. You might want to get really high and take a picture looking down. Just try and find those unique positions where you can take a photo that would show somebody the event from an angle they might not otherwise think to look at the event at. And my final tip in this video is make sure you have fun. It's fun to be at these different events and kind of see what happens and document it and get to meet new people. So make sure you're having fun and you're enjoying the event. If you're not enjoying the event, people are going to be able to see that on your face, and I think they're less likely to want to get together for photos for you, or less likely to want to interact with you if you're obviously not having a good time. So try to have fun at the event and enjoy the time that you're there. So if you're just getting started photographing live events, I hope these tips helped you out a little bit. It's just a couple things that I think about when I'm going in to shoot a live event. There's of course a lot more things that I think about as well, but these were a couple tips I thought might be helpful to other people that are just getting into photographing live events, whether it's music, whether it's functions at your church, your school, birthday parties, could be any kind of event, and hopefully some of these tips will help you out. Thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're into photography, Photoshop, and Lightroom, and even a little bit of video and video editing, consider subscribing to my channel. I try to release a new video every week. Subscribe over here, click that little circle, subscribe over there, or pick some new videos over here and over there.